This morning, in greeting you, that this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. It is such a beautiful day, even though it's wet. We needed the rain after 2 days in Bau, where the Lord gave us weather that only He could have given us. So today we have this weather which I think we just enjoy the fullest. So good morning everyone, and welcome to this morning's gathering. Let me get into what I'm supposed to say today. Yesterday, the meeting of the Great Council of Chiefs ended in Bau after a lapse of 16 years. In a hard-hitting statement at the opening of the meeting, the president of the Methodist Church in Fiji, Teimumu, reminded the Assembly of Chiefs that they had a duty to address the pressing social issues of the day, including an alarming statistic that whilst the indigenous people owned 92% of the land area in Fiji, 75% of the people living in poverty were indigenous. Whilst the poverty statistics are a cause for concern, I would also suggest that it also presents to us all, and to you as young and emerging leaders, a challenge. So what is the purpose and challenge of leadership? Put simply, leadership is about service to others and to your neighbor. Leadership is not about being served. The President of Fiji reminded the chiefs at the opening of the GCC on Wednesday, it has nothing to do with being an ornament or something to be admired, like an object on a shelf. It is about service. Therefore, it gives me much pleasure to give an opening address on the topic when we are celebrating the life and legacy of one of Fiji's distinguished visionary leaders who shaped the onward march of Fiji's political history, its traditional networking, and its resource management base, namely land, voli, and all that it constitutes. Ratu Sukuna, as we all know, was a high chief, the son of Ratu Choni Mandrewibi of Bau, and Andi Maopa of the Wanirewa clan of Tumbola Kiamalau. Being born a high chief, leadership and decision-making was naturally expected of him. He was thus trained and schooled locally and overseas at Oxford to learn the art of excellent leadership, dialogue, and governance at a time of colonial rule. In a fascinating way, he was born to lead and trained to lead, and destiny led him in that path in spiritual and prophetic timeliness. If a leadership type was to be applied to the late Ratu Salala Sukuna, then my choice of his leadership style was visionary leadership. While indeed as a leader, he led by example in protocol, diplomacy, political skill, and academia. Ratu Sukuna led with a view of Fiji's future in mind. This future he worked towards was for the benefit of all the races that constituted Fiji's populace, and also for the protection of the indigenous rights of the iTaukei people, who had ownership rights to the land and its resources. Whether leadership meant being in the front row to show the way, being beside to coach along, or being at the back to encourage and push along to one's destiny, Ratu Sukuna exercised a combination of these to ensure that goals were reached for the immediate need and for the future. This gave him the ability to shine in the midst of current challenges faced in the development of a nation during colonial rule, and even outshine those who seemed to compete against or challenge his leadership style. This visionary leadership style exercised by the late Ratsukuna saw him being very intentional in what he set out to accomplish. There was a definite aim, goal, and purpose in this visionary leadership. There was much to accomplish, and the time seemed short in comparison. Even though we're told here that it was 70 years old. Yet he spent his energy and resolve to ensure he accomplished those goals, because much was at stake for the sake of the future that he envisioned for all and for the indigenous Fijian people. To ensure that the future he sought for the Fiji would be realized, he pursued educational enlightenment for the chiefs so that they could engage and govern their subjects well and be relevant in the world of technological advancement. This was a form of introducing transformational leadership in the mindset of chiefs, in the hope that they would know how to govern and manage the future of the people they are called to lead. The formation of the Legislative Council, the provincial and district officers, the Native Land Trust Board, the establishment of Queen Victoria School, Ratkandamling School, and the Takumbau School, the onset of leadership through Ratu Kamise Samara, Ratu George Takumbau, and Ratu Penaya Ganilau are all testament for the legacy of someone with visionary leadership who fought for the future of his country in a time of challenge and change. While change is inevitable, leadership must also be relevant to tackle the change and provide sustainable practices to ensure a safe future for its peoples. One such leader whom we celebrate today is Ratu Sarala Balabu Wanayaliadi Sukuna. Ladies and gentlemen, may we continue to celebrate a legacy, learn from it, refine what may need refining as changes occur, yet be exemplary leaders like him in vision, intentionality, and transformational capacity. May God bless Fiji, and may God bless us all.